We're not gonna belabor the point. The plan has been made. However long it takes you to get the needed items has passed. Everybody is wearing more casual outfits with hard hats, ladders, toolboxes as needed, and the lovely yellow vest. Who's got the clipboard? Just out of curiosity. Or does everybody have a clipboard?
Epic to take clipboard. I got one. Yeah.
Just one.
You're able to slip through the curtain. Nobody even gives you a second thought. As you get past the curtain, it is a long corridor. You can tell, definitely this is more of an employee's area. The very first door you walk by on your left seems to open up into a break room of some sort. You can definitely tell, yes, this place is under renovation. However, that doesn't mean that you're necessarily wrong. I mean, logic would stand. Poke your head, anybody curious enough can poke their head through a cloth curtain. So, how do you want to proceed from here?
Well, Father, if we're going into the Den of Beasts, I think we might say a quick prayer to get our nerves steeled for what might come ahead.
That is a very wise move indeed, I think. Adrenaline rush. Pulling the old school prayer book and just finding the passage that is the Saint Michael facing the archdevils and have the sword of God is there in Latin, starting to chant this. Soldiers of light, we are preparing ourselves to face our greatest adversary.
So, technically, this would be classified as a rite. Secondary actors, this is resolve plus occult. Who is going to be the primary actor of presence and expression? Well, that would have to be Bishop. He's the one with the prayer book.
I am going with that, with the presence and expression. Resolve and occult, presence and expression. Yeah.
So,
Resolve.
all secondary actors, please make your resolve plus occult rolls. One, 4, 0, 2. So that is 7 die.
7 die. That is perfect. I'm adding to my dice pool. I'm risking evil power here.
Yep.
As it is.
So you get you get 2 effects. I'm assuming you're going to add 3 to the roll.
Yeah. So that makes the modifier 10 now, right? So
Yes.
7 it was. Now it is 10. Yeah. Awesome. Perfect. Good. And I got the expression, one of my professional training. That's where I'm getting 9 again. Yes.
Nice.
That's an exceptional success, which means that not only do you grant a beneficial condition to yourself, you get to give one to everybody.
Steadfast. Which would make sense in a scenario like this.
You can re-roll a failed check, is it? Or no, you get 1 success for a failed check.
Basically, yes. That's what it does, yeah. That does.
Yeah.
So, everybody mark steadfast.
Beautiful.
Is there anything else you would want to do after the prayer.
Check the place for some traps and whatnot, just to make sure we are not going into an ambush type of situation.
Sounds like a sweep. Who's leading the sweep?
Probably.
I can do
do
that now.
Edward?
I was thinking Eddie.
I can run that.
Okay, Eddie, that's going to be for sweep, wits plus composure.
Mm-hmm.
And secondary are going to be strength plus athletics or dexterity plus larceny. And wits plus investigation or survival. So one person specifically has to do the strength plus athletics or dexterity plus larceny. So who is doing that?
I can do either of those. It's the same dice pool for me.
I'll do dexterity and larceny.
Okay, and
Do
then
the other. I'll do the wits investigation. I'm better on that.
it's investigation. Anybody else doing? Robert, which one are you doing? Are you also doing the same?
I was going to do strength athletics.
Okay.
Or I could do a survival, because that's also pretty good. Well, it's a little lower, actually. No, it's the same. I could do strength athletics or with survival. Same dice pool again.
Fredrick, which one are you doing?
Just doing a wits investigation makes sense.
Okay, so we'll just do Sasha and Robert are the ones opening doors.
Okay.
And Fredrick and Bishop are the ones looking for the traps, so to speak. 2, 3, 5, 7. 7 to your dice pool.
And what's the additional effects? Remind me here. What's my options? Because obviously there's the 3.
Yours?
I'll take this.
No, as
I'll take the crit.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Sorry. It's gonna be.
I will take the crit on 3. And what's the other ones?
You can also take the standard +3 to your dice pool.
Yeah, that'll do. So that's 10 total
And that's
with a success.
wits plus composure.
So 15 total.
That's a nice pool.
7.
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right.
good roll.
If the area is clear. So you gain a +2 equipment bonus.
Plus
Okay.
3 for sectoral success.
Yes. There are no ambushes in this area. You notice a few cameras. However, as you are dressed in somewhat inconspicuous gear, you just move up underneath the cameras. People pull out the handy dandy wire cutters. You know, do what they need to do.
It's, I go with from a bit of a distance, actually just a laser pointer that I mentioned to Robert last time. Laser pointer into the camera, it will go out for a few seconds.
And then we can clip it.
Yeah.
It isn't until you find yourselves in one room that has 3 cameras in it. Every other room has had maybe 1 camera in it or no cameras. And it doesn't take too long for the spotters to notice they are all angled at a specific wall in the room. They're not angled where they would get the best vantage point of the room. They're angled specifically to watch a wall.
There's a reason that wall's under observation.
Is that even a wall?
Yeah, be glad to agree with you. Just thinking I ain't exactly just the one it looks like, is it?
My gamer instincts are tingling. There's a secret passage.
But they enable those cameras, right? Like the cameras were there, but we took care of them already now.
Yeah, they're already taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we've got long before someone notices that they'll knows it.
Right.
Broadcast.
Would this be one of the things I did, opening doors? Would this be one of the doors that I opened?
Yes.
Okay. So then, I will go ahead and check the wall, look for... There's probably a button or something, and clicky clicky.
Helping him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Is there any specific item you're using to check this?
I would probably just be knocking on the wall until it gets hollow, where there are no studs, because that's a door.
You don't find that.
Oh. Okay, so that's the start.
Instead, what you find, all the walls here look to be stone.
Oh, okay.
You're underground in a subway. It's going to be stone mostly. However, once you get really close to this and you kind of tap on it, from a distance it looks like it looks just like the other walls. As you get closer, you notice it's metal and has a very distinctive seam right where, where the grout mortar, whatever, would be.
Same thing, yeah.
You notice a line.
All right. Well, there's got to be a mechanism around here somewhere. Either that, or I can try and get the pry bar out and wedge it in there. But if this is as metal as it sounds, then it's probably not opening with pry bar. What else is in the room?
This room has... It looks like it was probably a break room. You only can guess that because there's no furniture left in it. The only thing left in it are several vending machines. They have some snacks left in them, just because I know that's a question that always gets asked.
Yes. What they got available? Who's got change?
These vending machines, do they have electricity? Are they actually functioning or just decorational? Like, does it look like they're being used?
They're unplugged, but they would be functional if they were plugged in.
They're not
Are
plugged.
these-
That's the key. Okay, they're not running.
Are these the kind of vending machines with a big button underneath a selection, or one of those keypads where you punch in a number and a letter?
Mixture.
Well, to go along with what I rolled, Robert would probably just take the pry bar and try and wedge the door open.
All right, so does
Well, others maybe find a button somewhere. I'm gonna try and see if I can wedge this.
who wants to search for? Well, actually, does anybody want to help Robert?
Yeah, I can help.
I'm not in the physical strength. I'm gonna search for a button.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say only one person can help Robert here.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be strength athletics, and that crowbar I think normally has a +1 equipment bonus for situations like this. It now has +4.
Wow. Not
So-
bad.
Does only one of us get that bonus? Or
It would be, since Robert's the one doing it and you're assisting Robert, you roll your assistance roll.
yeah, so just a standard. I don't get
Yeah,
a +4, right?
No, not
Yeah.
+4.
Cool.
So +8 now. Hey, yeah. 1, 2.
The crowbar begins to bend.
Oof.
You hear the essentially the seal is broken. it takes all your strength to, as you hear that, you see the tiniest of cracks form. And then throwing your hands in there, caution to the wind, the both of you, you begin to, each one of you, one on either side, using everything you have. I'm going to give you an option here. If you guys both take 3 points of bashing damage, you can force this open, but obviously it's going to not be pleasant. You're going to strain yourselves.
Robert's already got it partially open. I think he wants to finish it.
I'm with you. Let's do this.
There's no going back now.
Bishop, as you turn around, you hear this, and as you turn back around to see what it was, you just see Robert and Edward, like, just pulling this door back.
Anyway, I can help them to reduce this damage. Like, we all go in and try to split this.
No, because the damage is done before anybody can really even react. As soon as you hear it, this is one of those things that as soon as there's a gap, they're diving for it and they're just pulling. One of those moments where you're like, wait, what's going on? Wait. Type moments.
Sasha has been pushing button combinations on the vending machines, thinking that she'd figure out the secret code. And she's just kind of like looking at them in stunned awe, slowly just pressing buttons still.
I'm humbled by the level of dedication here. Guys, we could have done it another way, but since it's done, it is done. Yes.
I'm gonna sit for a minute. Oh,
there's no sitting.
No.
Because you can feel these doors.
They want to close.
Yeah, they want to close. So you're holding them open. That's also part of the reason for the damage.
Gotcha.
Everybody, go.
Everybody in. Get.
Yeah, that's going straight in.
Throw duffel bags.
The other side. So
Throw everything in there.
Yeah.
Push a vending machine in there.
I'm gonna.
Let it holds open.
Can we put the crawler or something in between so it stays open? Is it even possible? No?
Just go.
Yeah, just pass. But we are holding, so you can't come in. I'm holding from the other side, pushing it, so one of you guys can come in one by one. We can take you in. Otherwise, you're stuck there.
Once everybody is cross, on the back of an exceptional success, you guys are just going to dive in, and the doors do slam shut behind you.
Now I'm gonna sit for a minute.
And how exactly do we get out of here? So with the kid, let's walk through. We save the kid, and we don't go back.
Well,
Is there a button on this side?
Oh yeah, there is. But it's not one. It's not one button. It's like a card sliding.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, we have an exit. That's not bad. So all we need is the card. I think we need
Simple, ain't it? Simple.
If it was easy, it wouldn't be the right way.
This corridor is sterile white. Fluorescent lighting, bright bright lighting. I've given up on the word. And the hallway ends in a T shape. There's no signage, no nothing. There's nothing in this hallway outside of what looks to be at the very end where the hallway splits off in two different directions. One camera that is currently looking at the right side. And you start to see the camera start to turn.
Laser on it.
Got
I'm
to
gonna
be
nip
quick.
underneath the camera.
Oh, wow, okay.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna slip out of my construction and start putting on some more proper gear, bulletproof vests and the like.
Yeah.
We're now on a time limit.
Pulling the old Glock and the Bible. I got spiritual and physical weapons on both sides.
So, as you make your way down the hallway, it is noisy. It's it echoes. So everybody starts, as soon as the first step is taken and everybody realizes the echo, everybody would lighten their footsteps. That leaves the question, left or right, as you can already tell this place, as you look down, 2 identical hallways, one to the left, one to the right, eventually turning off.
Where was the camera? Camera's on
Camera,
the T.
so yeah, like, so this is the bottom of the T, this is the top, the camera
Right.
was just here looking left.
Oh, I
and
got
right.
it.
Rotation.
It was panning back and forth.
So yeah, so the intersection of the T, that's where it was. I got it. Okay.
Okay. In a very meta sense, should we break the cardinal rule?
And split the party.
Split the party, yeah. I'm sure it's all well.
We would cover more ground.
Go
Quicker.
around.
But if we got caught, we are out of our... Do we have headphones or anything? Like, can we communicate from a distance? Walkie-talkies or anything of the sort?
You guys bought a bunch of walkie-talkies when you went down into that cave. I wouldn't see why you wouldn't bring them.
We also don't
So-
split even.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea to split, as long as we can do communication and we are able to communicate with each other. We got short time here. If they don't know it, they're gonna know very soon that they got hit.
I mean, Eddie, when you was in the service, is this something you would do normally, split up, or would y'all, stick as a group?
Break, make sure you provide each other cover. Over,
So
move
stay-
over and over.
So stay one group. That's what you're saying?
You split up because, you say, they don't come around behind you. You don't move together. You move one at a time. Everyone covers everyone else.
That makes me move as a group.
All right,
So
so
action that right or left?
I think each group should have a big gun. I got me a big gun. And Eddie, you got a big gun, I'm sure. Who's going with who?
You guys are tacticians. Tell us who goes with who.
I'm gonna hold the dog tags. It's the like kind of under the shirt, and it's the. Robert, you want to go with Sasha and Fredrick? Padre, you with me.
Righto.
Sounds good.
Left or right?
Your call.
We'll go right.
All right.
Squad
Squad-
breach.
Squad leaders, which I'm just using that term. Robert and Edward. Both roll me 1d10, and that's who we will focus on first.
Right. Oh, hold on. Right, that's.
Well, you rolled 2 dice.
No, one.
One. Don't know what it's saying.
Just,
Don't know what it's saying. 7 plus 6, but
yeah, no,
hold on. Let me just use the dice roller.
yeah. Not going to be hard to get above a 2, though.
Yeah. Such.
No, I managed. I got a 1.
I don't. That hasn't
Oh,
loaded.
Oh, sorry. No, I've just got the Google Dice wrong.
That works too. Yeah, I just put /R Windy 10.
Yeah.
So, Robert, you take off to the right.
Yes.
As you get to the end of this next hall, is there anything you want to do? Tactics-wise or anything like that?
I mean, sweep would be another good role for in here. We've got fewer participants, but it's still something that needs to be done if we're going down hallways, passing doors and rooms.
Yep.
So, who's leading?
Probably Robert this time.
Fredrick and Sasha.
I'll do Dex and Larceny again.
So question to GM, because Bishop and I have both led. Is this a new scene?
I'm gonna actually say no, because if I do say it's a new scene, you lose your adrenaline rush.
Trade off here now.
We can't use tactics.
Good idea.
Oh well, makes things interesting.
Fredrick? Okay, that's 3 successes.
3. Risking willpower and using willpower are 2 separate things.
Risking willpower has certain other benefits, but yeah, they are technically different. But you're still able to, as one of your options for risking willpower, you're still able to choose the 3 extra die.
I will do that.
And you get another one as well, so you can take a crit on a 3.
Yeah.
Or you can take. I think you can take rogues as well, can't you?
I
Or 9 again. Or don't think you can take. No, but I think you can have 9 again or something like that.
Risking will.
There's like 5 options.
Yeah, there's quite a few options.
I think I'm gonna just keep it simple and have the +3.
Well,
But you get 2,
Yeah, you get 2.
Oh, I see.
so you get that and something.
Stat task 2, so as a condition.
Risking willpower. Here we go. When a player risks willpower, they may choose 2 of the following. Gain a 3-die bonus, achieve an exceptional on 3 instead of 5, gain a +1 to the damaged weapon roll, gain 9 again, remove the 10 again quality from a person's roll.
Like the first 2.
Okay.
So gain 3 and exceptional on 3.
Of course, I know I'm homebrewing this. Nobody
Oh, 2.
Oh,
nobody in the chat needs to tell me that I'm homebrewing this, because
Leave us alone.
technically this isn't allowed, but this is how I've always played it, so 2 successes. Still a success. I need to make a specific roll now. This is contested. It's not anything anybody ever wants to hear come out of my mouth.
No.
Where is it? I've lost my tactics page. Because this is not one of your favorite tactics.
It's stealth plus potency.
Well, you're going to be very, very happy on that, because they don't have potency.
Wait, sweep is a favorite tactic?
Oh, it is. Sorry. Then I can just look at...
What was happening if it's the favorite tactic? It's just I'm forgetting the rules here.
We were supposed to get bonuses, I think. I
Oh, yeah?
forget.
We can use all tactics, but something was with the favorite tactics. I also forgot.
Favorite tactics. Let me get my rolls out, please.
Yeah.
Sure,
Interesting.
sure. Mm-hmm.
I do not wish to have to roll 10 billion times, so I will account this for everybody. Did not roll anything, did it?
Counts.
No, it didn't. No, it doesn't.
No, 0. Yeah. But a lot of zeros. I don't know why.
This should work. Hey,
Yeah.
that one
Alright.
does count. So, as you move through rooms, kicking down doors and the like, you notice firing ranges, barracks, couple of locked doors that you can't just brute force open. But using context clues, you assume that these are probably weapons lockers. Because they're usually they're the ones right across from the shooting range, or sometimes in the back of the shooting range. Would make sense. One of the doors, however, there is a loud clamoring of noises. People talking. As Robert kind of peeks his head around. Roughly a dozen individuals sit around what looks to be a cafeteria style table, chatting. They're all in fatigues, essentially.
And are any facing the door?
No, they seem to be kind of all not huddled together, but you know, there are probably a couple that would be. There would be a couple facing the door, yes, if they were actually looking at the door. But they're looking down. It looks like maybe they have a card game going on a break or something.
Ah, okay. And the door is closed. I'm looking through a window, or is it? Did I
No,
open it?
it's not even a it's not even, it's just a door frame
No,
essentially.
it's just a doorway. It's
Yeah,
just an
door-
opening.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's gonna be, peeking in and waving the other two across when it looks clear enough to pass, and then he'll pass. He doesn't want to get into a fight right here, right now. He's looking for the kids. Although he is trying to pay attention, they seem kind of lax for, being on duty and cameras going out. You think somebody would have noticed?
Well, that answer gets answered as you enter into, as the hallway ends, and it enters into a very large control room. Or at least that's what it looks like. Glass panels as far as the eye can see on one side. You see a very large object on the other side of the glass. Looks like a missile. You don't see anybody here right now.
So nobody was on duty when. Is there like screens and cameras?
There are, but it doesn't look like this is specifically hooked. These screens aren't necessarily security feeds. They're more computer screens that have currently screensavers going.
All right.
And I'm assuming during this entire time you've been hitting cameras with lasers and cutting them as you...
Pretty much, yeah.
Now you do notice a doorway off to the right and one off to the left, which could very well be security rooms or other rooms. But they are currently shut as you enter this room.
All right. That there looks like a big missile. I don't like the look of that. What are these? Looking at the screens, wiggle a mouse, see if it gets rid of the screensaver. What's on these?
Roll me... Just roll me a straight D10.
All right.
Totally not a fortune roll.
All right. So this is not a 8 again or a 8
No.
to succeed. This is just okay. Well, look at that.
Please insert password. Gets rid of
Well.
the screensaver.
Yeah. Well, I ain't got that, so.
On that note, we're going to move over to Edward and Bishop. As they go down the hallway to the left. Is there any... I know you guys can't use tactics, but is there a specific way that you wish to handle this?
Is there any little alcoves or doorways?
There are. And how do you approach the first one that you come to?
Depends if it's an alcove or a doorway.
Doorway.
So it's kind of gun drawn down to the holding it to the side, up against the wall, and look sideways, see if there's any glass or
Behind them,
really
basically.
seen in.
As you look
But,
in, you see what is very clearly an examination room. It's very medical, very sterile.
What's the door like? Is it a key or is it just open?
Doorway. No door on it.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I'll go in, kind of clear, sweep the room.
Right after remembering it. Yeah.
But I'll call Bishop up as well,
Yeah.
and then go in.
As stated, it's an examination room. You have what looks to be a cot with a small curtain that can go around it. In the center, however, is a dentist's chair with what is that music coming from?
From Martin, look like?
Martin, yeah.
Background.
However, this dentist chair has added extra equipment to restrain people.
It's more of an experimentation chair than a dentist chair. Computers, notes, anything, or anybody in this, or any camera in the room?
No camera in the room. The only thing that the room is sterile with the exception of maybe the clipboard that's at the end of the bed.
Report.
Can I
I'm
look
gonna
at it?
take a look
I don't
at-
know.
I'm gonna take a look at the clipboard to see if we got some project names, if you remember. Is it matching? I mean, this, what I'm really dealing with, we got a computer, we retrieve some patient data. I'm trying to recall and match to what's on the clipboard.
The name on the clipboard is... It just has what sounds like a last name.
Okay.
Sure of something real quick.
Sure. It is maybe where they are doing the experiments on. And I'm just checking if the one of the patients.
The name on this particular one is Maybank.
Maybank. Was it one of the names that we recovered from the computer? Do you know anything about what that was?
Yes. You know of a Rick Maybank that was taken.
That was taken. And it is one of the experiment. Is that like, I'm not a doctor at all, but is there like disease? Is that something discernible to a non-doctor but a well-read
There
person?
is one thing that you're able, with no medical degree, to understand. In one of the fields, it says form of contagion, and then it lists viral.
It talks about something called contagion. I thought they were experimenting on people. This does more look like somebody, either they infected or person was infected. I'm not sure, Eddie. What do you make of it?
I don't know either, but it might be BOW or whatever. Just because it's an infection don't mean they're not experimenting on people with.
I mean, this clipboard is just a stack of papers, I guess, for one single paper. I'm gonna take
one.
Just one. I'm gonna take it just in case for future reference to get this. Is there anything else of note, like journals, computers?
Nope.
I asked, but just to make sure.
Nope.
I think we can go in terms of whatever that we could extract from here is excluded now. We should continue.
Move on up.
Yeah.
See the way I did it? You stay back.
Yeah.
You covered me. This time,
Yep.
I'll cover you.
Yeah. Next one, I'm basically just gonna do exactly what he did. Next doorway, if it's not alcove.
The next doorway, very much the same thing. Another patient file, and you find. At first, it was 5, then it's 10, and as you get deeper into the hallway, you've got you've hit 15 different examination rooms.
Same setup, same one single person's file.
Not all of them have files in them.
I see.
It isn't until you get to the end of this long hallway that you begin to hear voices.
I know. Normally, players don't pass this, but as I'm a medium, am I hearing them in my head or are they real voices?
They're real voices. Edward hears them too.
Okay. And you're hearing them too, right?
I hear them. What are our options here?
I'm gonna let Eddie. Maybe you on the front. I'll cover you. This is gonna be something. What does it look like? Conversations?
What's the? Sorry, I was going to say, what's the layout of the end of the corridor as we hear the voices?
The end of this corridor is another T-shaped exit. The voices are coming from what would be the left-hand turn on this. Down the right-hand way, as you kind of poke your head out, the left way is another corridor. You can't really tell what's going on. You see more doors, but can't really make anything out. To the right, however, the opposite way begins to open up into what appears to be a meeting area. Now the voices are coming from both directions. As you kind of look towards the meeting area, you see several individuals chatting. They seem to be in doctor's garbs. While in the other direction, you hear sobbing, you hear some light chatter. Very clearly, one group of people are meant to be here, and the other group of people very clearly don't want to be here.
I think shall we call the others? We may have found what we are looking for, if I'm not mistaken. Does it look like these people crying? I mean, like tortured cries, or like something actively going on, or somebody is just sobbing, like screaming and crying, or just sobbing? What does
More
crying mean?
sobbing.
More sobbing. Okay.
Call them in. Call them in. Let them know where we are. I'm gonna take care of the hospitality.
Definitely. I'm basically. Hey, Robbie, Sasha, Freddy, guys. I think we may have found the jackpot. Basically just mental laying out from the team how we came up there. There's some rooms, don't worry about them, 10, 15, all we've gone through. There's nothing there. Come and find us. We are exactly on the other tee.
I want to go, yeah, while he's calling them in, I want to go in. Hands on the table, nobody move.
Robert, your walkie-talkie goes off.
Had a jump sack. Forgot that was there. Copy that. We'll be on our way shortly. Over.
Awesome. Just gonna turn off. They're coming. I'm gonna go behind Eddie to give him cover.
I was gonna say, you want to check in? Sound like they need a priest more than they need a soldier right now.
If you're good, I'm good. I'm gonna check the left here.
Robert,
Mm-hmm.
you hear something. Right about as your walkie-talkie goes off, you hear doors opening.
Okay.
Fredrick and Sasha. One of the doors, the one off to the right of this room, right compared to where you enter, I don't know what direction you're specifically facing, so.
Alright.
That door opens. An individual kind of stares at the three of you. Kappa looks like a cup, maybe of coffee in one hand. Very clearly stunned.
Stare at each other for a minute.
Sucks his teeth. And you just see his hand go up behind the door. He shrugs. And you just see his arm jerk forward.
Well.
And that is when the sirens begin to go off. So, Robert, you see his arm go forward.
And he slams.
When you say you slam fire, or are you saying he slams the button?
He slams the button. Yeah, I'm just finishing your sentence there.
Warning, sirens begin to blare. And everybody in the facility can start to hear doors opening and closing. There seems to be a mixture.
I'm gonna keep the gun trained on the guy, but open the radio. Time to speed it up.
Okay, copy. We may find some of the patients and the doctors.
So, also to answer something that Edward had stated before we switched back off, these individuals keep their hands on the table. None of them look particularly concerned, however. And this is around the time the sirens start going off. One of the individuals kind of looks up at you. Half smile on his face. You really stepped in something you don't want to step in.
You think it's okay to take people away? You're somehow justifying this.
I never said I'm justifying nothing. Shouldn't be shoving words down people's throats. I'm just saying you stepped in a whole lot of dog crap.
I believe you. I've never believed anyone more in my life about something. We're just trying to do right by those that snatched away.
He kind of stands up, moving his hands off the table and down to his sides. You know, all of us here, we only got a few hours left at most.
I believe you again.
Then he begins to walk
What is
towards
it?
you.
You stay right where you are, and I will. One more step, I will shoot.
He takes another step.
Shoot.
Give me a damage roll.
Which is damage.
Is that a firearms check?
Yeah, firearms.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Cool. Dexterity
You get your-
firearms. That's not 9 again. That's nice. That's
Aiming
skill.
bonuses, you know. Get a +3 max aim.
7, 9 again. So with heavy handgun, I can't remember the stats.
That's 2.
On the heavy one, that's 4.
Alright, so 6 damage?
No, 4. Total.
4 total.
Oh, okay, sorry. You see the bullet tear through him. You see the exit. And then you see that wound close shut almost immediately. But the flesh that grows back is not that. It's not what you would expect. It oozes kind of like a pimple that's been popped. And as it kind of closes back up, it creates almost like a bulging tumor mass where the bullet entered and exited. New flesh. And at this moment, character has his stamina and armor. Blah, 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 blah. You see him literally just grab his arm and snap it. And protruding from his arm is a bone laced with metal. And he's going to attack you with it. Bishop, before I make that attack roll. Hearing all of this, you do hear the gunshot go off. Which way are you gonna head towards the children's?
I mean, the reality is, I can't leave Eddie in this. So, if we're not gonna survive this, just getting to the kids are not gonna matter. So, we have to stick as a team. I'm gonna go back help Eddie. So that's what I'm gonna do. If they take down Eddie, just teaching the kids is not gonna help. So I'm rushing back to Eddie.
You get to Eddie just in time to see this thing lunge at him. What is your defense?
My defense or Eddie's defense?
Mine.
Okay.
Lowest 5.
Two successes as he lunges forward. This is for each stage of infection beyond acute symptoms, +1 lethal. Acute symptoms. From using. Okay. So this is going to be a total of 3 lethal damage as he just drives this straight into your center mass.
That was bad. Okay.
As you actually, he kind of makes it more of an uppercut, lifting you off your feet for a split second. And then he yanks it back out. And the other hand comes up. No. This is not how things are going to end. At this point, I need a stamina check.
Can I willpower that? I know it's only 2, but...
Yep. Okay.
Whoa.
You do not become infected, but you of course don't know that.
Yeah.
The other doctors they've kind of swiveled in their chair with their heads kind of cocked, watching how this plays out. They haven't made any other moves. Bishop, you get to witness this.
I got to stop this. We got to stop it somehow. Eddie's getting pummeled. So, am I seeing that? Like, I have no way of knowing. So, whatever happened, the weapon attack, I just heard a gunshot. So, as I don't know anything, I'm just gonna pull the handgun and just central mass shoot this guy.
Ooh, okay. You are going to take, I believe, what is it, a -3 penalty?
For being close to the guy.
You're in a hall. Yeah, you're in a hallway. You have to shoot around Edward. So.
Oh, okay. Then there's a chance of me shooting him exists, which is not a great option here.
Yep. So it's -3 to shoot.
If it is -3 to shoot, I will go for something else. Essentially, I'm going to try to paralyze him with evil eye. I am basically going to use my merit to paralyze him. That will rob him of his action, give Eddie a bit of time to essentially go through. So, with an occult is my role. He can contest it by resolve and composure.
All right, give me your roll. Oh,
That's, yep. Oh my god, what a roll, huh? Out of 6. Okay.
Is there an exceptional success if they resist it?
I got I don't know. I got paralyzed. Maybe. It doesn't work. Nothing.
Maybe they
Fair
gain
enough.
willpower or something. I don't know.
It's. Have I got a moment to? Am I aware of Bishop there?
I wouldn't say so unless you specifically look back.
Not probably at the moment.
There's nothing I can do right now. I'm gonna try something off the sword next turn to basically.
Edward?
These guys. But
Okay, multiple shots.
Full auto?
Call to the head. Well, I'm using a handgun, so it's just bam, bam, bam. But
Okay.
I think it's 3 shots. Call to the head. Yeah. So. Is there a at this close range? Is that affected by the
I
by a call shot?
don't think so, no. I will
Oh,
say
then I
no.
get +3. Okay, cool. And I've got a +3 because it's multiple shots as well.
And then obviously the penalty for called shot.
Yeah, so they negate one another. Because I get a bonus for a burst for using multiple shots of +3, and then I get a -3 for a called shot to the head.
Okay.
Still, and I will willpower this. Dexterity. Six, 8.
8 damage. As you shoot 3 times in the head. Pop, pop, pop. As it were. The last time it was 4. He finally drops to the ground. The other doctors kind of look at the body. As it begins to convulse on the ground. Tumors and pustular masses growing out of it.
I'm gonna back up away from it.
It kind of marionettes back up. And then the tumors and masses slowly begin to recede. And what stands before you looks almost like a zombie. A very rotted person. He kind of holds up the arm that's still kind of flopping to the side. Well, I guess that's one way to give me full control.
did he say that or?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And he kind of looks over at the two of you and goes, "It's time for you to serve the master." I'm gonna switch back
Nice.
over to Sasha.
Just one thing. Oh.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say is, Bishop, those others need you more than they need me. Run, you don't look back. You don't come back for me again. You hear me? Go.
Eddie, does it look very serious? Eddie, you're looking very serious. Like final, Eddie doesn't. I can't. Let's go together. We can't face this. You understand? This is not the time or place to make a final stand. Come with me. Let's go. We have to run.
I've made my peace. Go.
I'm leaving. Yeah. But I'm dragging him. I'm trying to drag him. Eddie, can we go?
Shrug him off. Raise the gun.
At this point, before we switch over to Robert, you begin to hear the snarling growls of what sound like dogs. Robert, Fredrick, and Sasha. The individuals in the room behind you can already hear the table scraping, chairs, and you can hear the footsteps of people running up from behind.
Oh, hells. Now what?
Can we seal the door?
Was there a door?
Not into this room, no. The only doors in this room are the ones to the left and right. The one to the right, it's open, with the guy with what looks to be an empty cup of coffee that he's now dropped, so you can tell it was fully empty. He was going back to get more coffee.
Alright, well then, so Robert's gonna, put his shotgun on a sling, draw his pistol, and run over to the guy and grab him and put him in a hold and use him as a human shield in the doorway.
That is, you have to get past his defense. He is expecting it, so that's going to be -5.
Recall -5. I'm gonna willpower that. Well, it's just gonna be 3 because so I'll just do simple roll 3. 2 successes.
So you're able to grapple him. However, that does not mean you have him as a human shield yet. That's one extra maneuver. Fredrick and Sasha, you guys are where Robert is attempting to use this guy as a human shield. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on here.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can help out?
Unfortunately, not in this. Multiple grapples get really, really awkward, and it's something we've determined we don't want to touch.
Okay.
They're grabbing things you shouldn't be grabbing.
Well, no.
So Sasha's just... Then Sasha's just gonna say, no one has to get hurt.
I will be mumbling under my breath. A lot of people are going to get hurt today. He turned to Sasha and was like, look, I don't have high hopes about succeeding today, but if anything, I'm going to make them waste more tax money, and I'm going to ruin as much of their work as I can.
Give me strength plus athletics. I'm guessing you're like smashing things.
I'm flipping buttons, pressing buttons, flipping switches, breaking, monitor. I'm just trying to make a mess of it as best as I don't know what any of it does, but I'm actively trying to make it worse. Whatever role that is, strength, athletics you want.
Yeah. There isn't a better option.
Yeah,
outside of roll fortune.
It don't take much brawling ability to break a computer.
I'd say stamina instead of strength, just because there are probably a lot of buttons.
True.
But I don't think it
matter.
much cares.
One success.
Yeah, you got success anyway.
One of the things you do is you open the door across the way, which appears to be, as you kind of look over because it makes a lot of noise as it opens, it appears to be an armory of sorts.
Cool, I don't know how to shoot him, so...
And there's a lot on it.
Unless they, then again, maybe they got a fancy, smart gun that shoots itself. This is like government stuff, but...
You see guns, you see grenades, you see different types of visors. you also see a few melee style weapons laying about, but those are like leaning up against the wall. You're not entirely sure what they are. They're a little too far away.
Going through a few rows of computers first, you know.
Yeah, no.
Want to make sure I cause property damage first.
So this is going to be. I need the strength brawl here.
Yes. This is straight contested, right?
Yep.
Just because I'm gonna do another willpower. 3 successes. Damn you!
Oh.
He has gained control of the grapple and can perform a maneuver. It's gonna be the standard damage maneuver.
Ooh.
Which means those successes are bashing damage.
Alright, 1,
As he's-
2, 3.
As he essentially turns sideways and starts like slamming your back against the door frame.
Alright.
You've got armor on though, I thought.
Would that help?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
because I've got 2-4 armor.
Yeah, that would take away 2 bashing damage.
Which is, does it list general or ballistic first?
Ballistic only
You're not
works with
getting
bullets.
shot, so
You're not getting shot.
it lists general then ballistic, so you have 2 general, 4 ballistic.
Okay,
Yeah, so.
so 2. Got it.
And then that's when you hear the voices, freeze, nobody move. As the individuals, Fredrick and Sasha, you would be able to see them. Robert, not so much. The individuals from the room before have sidearms pulled and are taking aim into the room.
Sasha's gonna instinctively just put her hands up and just say, "No one has to get hurt. You guys don't understand what's happening."
They continue with their guns drawn, walking slowly into the room. Fredrick, are you still smashing buttons?
How far away is that armory?
Quick dash.
I don't need to know how to shoot a gun to throw a grenade at them.
Yeah.
I like the thinking.
I'd
Thinking
say
is
Rambo.
Very good. Yeah, I'll
that
take
on.
as many as with me. Yep.
Put that on a shirt.
Dex- Dexterity, weaponry, technically.
Athletics, isn't it? Or
Yeah, no, you're right. Dexterity,
Yeah.
athletics. You're right.
Fredrick is he gave up the hope of this being a peaceful resolving a long time ago.
While Fredrick is doing that, Sasha's just gonna say,
That's a lot of ones.
they're gonna expose this place. The media already knows the story's gonna blow up. Please, our friends are here. We're just trying to get them out because this is just gonna be a shit show. You're all going to prison.
And that's when the grenade clatters at your feet, Sasha. And I need everybody, including myself. I need stamina checks because this is an equalizer grenade. Which is essentially,
Nasty.
yeah, it's that suitcase in grenade form.
If I'm against the wall, that other guy's in front of me. Does he block?
No, because this is the power of the sun.
Just straight stamina?
Straight stamina.
To not be atomized.
I will give you +1.
Thank you.
Well, +1 for
No,
for poot.
you don't.
Oh,
It's only Robert
For
who
him,
gets the
okay.
+1. Yeah.
I don't get a +1. Ooh.
See, I'm gonna do +2 to negate my wound penalty because it would be a wound penalty.
Yeah.
My goodness. Where was that roll earlier?
And once again, I don't feel like rolling 4 times.
It's only me. I'm the only, arguably, possibly the furthest away from it, but
This thing emits so much light that, well, you're blinded, Fredrick. Again.
He doesn't need to see to throw a grenade.
yeah, I'll give.
Plenty more where that came from.
You see a lot of the people with the guns drawn. As soon as they see that grenade, you see them avert their eyes. They grab from their pockets. They flick out a pair of sunglasses and immediately throw them on. And they keep their guns trained. On you now, Sasha, since you're the only one visible until they get into the room. Robert?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. Running low on willpower though. Let's see what we can do without it. Oh no, man! Oh wait, that's one penalty. I need to add one. Super roll. Dang. Okay.
Oh, maybe he'll get zero. Maybe he'll get 0 successes.
Nope.
Nope.
Gravel.
Another 2 bashing damage as he continues to just pound your back against the wall.
All right. I'm glad I don't fall unconscious because of adrenaline rush.
As these other individuals now enter the room, I said it was a dozen individuals. That means 3 are going to keep their guns trained on Sasha, and the other 3 are fanning out. You can see Robert. You can see 3 of them pointing their guns at Sasha, 3 at you, 3 at Fredrick. Fredrick, you can't see Jack, so you can hear footsteps.
I am probably now on my ass on the ground, rubbing my eyes.
All right. Nobody move, and we don't have to shoot you. Sasha has made no attempt to move, so I doubt she is at this point.
Yeah, no. They got me dead to rights.
Robert and Fredrick. Fredrick, you can't see anything, but you can hear things. Robert, you're still struggling with this guy, so do you stop struggling?
Yeah, because this is going nowhere fast. Dude's like a black belt.
I'm gonna wait for my vision to come back.
Everybody on your knees.
Somebody pull this fella off me.
As soon as you stop struggling, he lets go.
Alright. Hells.
I don't like it, but I'm gonna get on my knees to say, you don't understand what's happening here. You don't understand what's going to happen.
You very clearly have no idea what has already happened. And that voice is not from anybody in this room. As an individual begins to walk down the hallway, he makes his way into the room, hands behind his back, posture immaculate. See, here's the thing. And he kind of makes a gesture. everybody that got on their knees, a soldier steps behind them and begins to zip tie your hands. Robert, you just feel people yanking you to your feet since you're still blind at this moment.
Fredrick.
Yeah, sorry, Fredrick.
Yeah.
My bad.
I should have brought a pair of sunglasses. we knew they had these things. I should have brought a pair.
See, humanity's already dead. And that's when you now also hear snarling as this individual is very shortly accompanied by these creatures look to be the size of wolves. But wolves that have mange and tumors growing out of them, and also out of their shoulders. They have two long tentacles that have essentially a squid spade at the very tip. And they seem relatively calm, just gazing around as they enter the room. And we're going to go back to Bishop and Edward. As three decidedly not calm versions of the exact thing that I described begin to barrel down the hallway. You can hear claws clamoring on the slippery floors.
Do we see them?
Oh yeah, because
You are, yeah.
they are directly across from you. So you're at this end of the room where Edward got stabbed. They're coming in from the opposite way as that door opens.
Is there any chance they're coming straight like this? Eddie's behind me, just physical proximity. How far away from Eddie by now?
I mean, if you've been closing the gap, then you've closed the gap. Eddie would be in front of you, not behind you.
Eddie stayed with the other fellow behind. He asked me to leave, so
Yeah.
I was going by myself effectively. So he stayed behind essentially. He wasn't running towards the other.
We're back to back. We're back to back.
Yeah, effectively. We are not going together, unfortunately. He stayed behind, so I was running towards the tree. So we are essentially somewhat in different places. So if I am seeing them, what are the odds of them ignoring me continuing on this path from based on what I'm looking at? They are looking at me, or they are just trying to pull my clipboard and wow, the patient is doing so great, faking like a doctor.
No, Edward's the closest, so they're charging at Edward first.
Oh, God.
Okay. So we'll. First one, I want to basically drop central mass, and as this comes in, I basically want to just go for its front legs and just take out its front legs, chin to the ground. I'm gonna fight a dog.
Grapple the demon dog.
Okay, so
Pretty much, yeah.
these things have a defense of 3. So -3 to
Okay,
your roll.
And I do have, again, I've got 9 again on Brawl. Brawl 6.
And you're attempting to basically knock them off their feet, right?
Yeah, just take up as much space by Bishop at the time. So what the hell? Let's spend it. One more. 3 successes.
You're able to knock one off their feet. Would you be able to keep balance, though, is the question. I'll give you your full defense against this one.
It's 5. It's 5.
You see one of these tentacles lunge forward. You see that spade flip up, and you see a long, bony, almost hypodermic needle that the spade hides jut out towards you, but you're able to kind of roll, and it doesn't make connection. Bishop?
This is where the things really went totally sideways. Very badly sideways. I'm going to... What to do? I'm going to telepathically connect to the guy that was the doctor, if I am seeing from where I am. Can he hear me? From a distance that I am the doctor that became that creature. Can he hear me?
Yes.
If he can hear me, then I am going to use telepathy to extract information, password, exit, to 3 things I'm gonna get from this guy to mess up the situation if I can. What's its resolve?
Oh, you do not. This is not good.
Oh.
I think everybody knows the roll that's incoming.
Something bad is gonna happen here.
Now, 3 of you know what's coming. 2 of you are going to look at this dice pool and cry.
Okay.
You're right, there's the good day.
Woo!
That's a lot weaker than I thought it was.
What are we talking about here?
You're not
This is
Exceptional success.
Sorry, what's going on?
this is earlier in the campaign than when we met it.
Oh, okay.
You hear a voice rip through your mind. Foolish mortal, playing with things you don't understand. Consume. I will destroy. I will infect everything.
That means, am I not getting a password?
That's the password. I will infect everything.
I think
Become my vector.
maybe vector is the password.
The individual looks directly at you. You would assume maybe it's something that is trying to smile, but with all the pustulant masses now on his face, you can't tell.
Am I the one that did I again? Like am I hearing it in my head or was
Yes,
it?
you heard that in your
I
head.
heard it in my head, and that telepathic contact happened, but I couldn't extract any information. Is that what I'm?
Pretty much.
You hit a wall.
I hit a roll with that. With that piece of information, something else is going on here. There is no need to die like this. I'm gonna go on my knees. Please let him go.
Eddie, I need
Speaking to the other 3. Sorry, go ahead.
Eddie.
I mean, Eddie's going to carry on, but see how this plays out. Because obviously, if they stop, he'll stand down.
No, these dogs don't care.
So wait a second. Was I surrendering to some dogs?
No.
Okay.
When
You
you're
can, look, Bishop. You can still do this. Just go.
run.
I'm running. That's what it is. If I'm not getting reciprocation, it's the run. Eddie, run. No need to die. Run.
A little bit past that, Padre.
The one that you trip lashes out, misses. The one that was not tripped, however, does not miss. That's 4 lethal damage. And I need you to make another stamina roll at a -4.
Wow, chance.
Oh,
Give me that chance roll.
Yeah, just do I spend my luck? Let's. Oh, that's chance right. Nothing.
You feel something warm pumped into your body after it stings. The rotting individual watches Bishop run. Twists his head around at an awkward angle to look down at you. Edward. I would say probably about 30 minutes to an hour before you're back on your feet. Well, your body will be back on its feet.
And oh, it's whether or not you're going to let me have an item.
What item?
Um,
Sure.
Yeah.
or maybe if there ain't a body, I might still have a chance.
and I want to run at him, just sort of holding up the pin, and I want to run at him.
Blaze of glory.
As this grenade goes off, there's a mild explosion. But the point of that grenade is not fragmentation. It spews flammable material and ignites it. As these doctors, the dogs in this room, catch on fire. Bishop, all you hear a small explosion as you're running. Where are you running to? Are you running back the way you came or towards the
To our guys, basically.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
To Robert, Sasha, and
Running back.
Freddy. Yeah, I mean, they are right now probably in the worst shape even. If I can save them, I'm gonna try to save them.
We'll go back to the three of them.
I mean, we're all on our knees and zip tied, right?
Yep. He begins to look down at the console. Who did this damage? Who punched this monitor? Honesty is the best policy, he says in a very mocking, condescending way.
Here's some context clues. I'm gonna, shout from across the room.
I think it was your fellow over there. I think he had a fly and he tried to get rid of it.
He shakes his head and he kind of looks at the controls. Well, let's see. You've damaged the firing mechanism. That'll take time to repair. We can't fire this like we were expecting to. Damaged a number of security cameras, but that wasn't because of this. Who wants to pay the price?
What you're doing here is wrong. Far worse than broken cameras and a busted up computer. That's why we came.
Pulls the sidearm. Pulls the slide back.
They
Yeah, but-
already know about this place. They gave us a chance to try and get our friends out. But your whole operation, it's already dead.
See, the whole operation isn't already dead because this isn't the whole operation. Now, if I were you, I would have done the same thing. Give it to the press. Give it to somebody. Give it to everybody. So, the press are already going to get their hands on it. This is what we'll do. And he flicks the switch. Presses the button under the switch. And he goes, so, the way we spin this story is we acknowledge everything that you said. However, we state all of this is planted by your lovely organization. We make sure that the damage you've done here is more substantial. And we make sure that this organization is squashed. Problem solved. Oh, there were these insurrectionists. We dealt with them. Everything's under control now. He looks down at Sasha. See how easy it is to spin something? Took me less than 5 minutes.
We're not some conspiracy that you can squash. We're just people. There's no one for you to take revenge on. We're just the tip of a spear of people that will stand up to you hurting innocents. Yeah, we failed. But you already failed because you're going up against humanity. All of humanity is going to know about this and is going to stop you.
What is humanity to a god?
False god.
You only feel like a god because people are praying to you. Once
Ah.
you kill all of them and all the prayers stop,
At this point, he produces a magazine. Magazine. I wanted to make sure I got it right and didn't say clip. Produces a magazine. Hollow point. As he clicks it into the gun. Clicks the slide back again. Any final words, the three of you?
Robert will stand if he's still on his knees, if he's allowed to stand.
The three individuals that have guns on you, they don't fire immediately. The guy that was grappling with you he's kind of ducked into a corner of the room behind him.
So that's a yes.
Yeah, you're being allowed. And the very well postured man kind of looks over.
Well, if it's gonna be my last words, I guess I better make them good. We done the right thing here. Even if we came up short in pulling it off. My hands are clean, my soul's clean. I'll go to a better place. I don't know where you end up. I hate to see it.
Fredrick,
Am I able to do anything to interject or arrive at them?
you haven't arrived to them yet. Fredrick, Sasha?
I don't think any words are better than. Well, I've got no fancy speech, and I know if I pull something, I'm getting shot. So,
I mean, why don't you pull something?
Gonna get shot anyway.
you make a fair point. But
Push the big red button that says release or something.
I think if there was a big red button that said release, I would have already punched it. I'm still kind of. I mean, am I still kind of over
Your
near
vision's
that
back at this point.
Okay, I can still see. Probably got my hands tied, but that's not going to stop me from.
I never stated your hands were tied. They just lifted you up off the ground. So
Oh.
you've got one person on the left, one on the right.
Oh, excellent. Do I see any grenades that look different?
They've taken you away from that room.
All right.
hey, there are guards holding you. The guards have grenades on them. Just pull the
Probably
pin. Don't even have to
No,
throw
these
it.
guys were like playing poker in the break room. They probably just grabbed their guns and ran over here. I can try to lunge for a gun and shoot the fancy guy in the back of the head while he's talking to my companion. It ain't gonna succeed, but I gotta grapple someone. That's all I can do.
Strength plus brawl. Minus 5.
All right. Willpower. Now's your time.
Would it help his dice pull if I charged forward, seeing him start to make a move?
I mean, I'm only rolling at a -1, so you know.
I mean, yes, and also if Sasha wants to do anything, I would allow that also to grant a bonus.
Sasha's just gonna, again, look this guy in the eye and is just gonna say, you know, pitiful dead god, pitiful god ruling over a world of ashes. May you be a pitiful god ruling over a world of ashes. So, you know, she's like making eye contact, maybe distracting him just a little bit more.
I'll allow you to have 2 more dice for that. However, Robert.
I never said I'd go quietly.
Fredrick, so you just said Fredrick gets 2 more dice because of Sasha's antics? Just because
both
I
of
think
you.
Gandhi had his...
Both antics.
Okay.
+1 then instead of a minus. Watch me not succeed. I don't have good luck with grapples, lads.
You got steadfast. How do you fail? You can't.
I was so close. No.
Wait, you have inspired, right?
Yes, you do have. So it's an
Yeah,
exceptional
but you can't
success.
retroactively burn inspired. I should have said I was going to burn it. This mattered, but
He let me earlier when I rolled
Yeah,
3.
I'm kind of letting things go.
But then he does that.
No, this has nothing to do with Freddy.
Oh, that's me.
Or me.
That is 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 15 lethal damage as these 3 individuals begin to unload as you charge at them.
That's a bit much for my armor. 2 of those will be...
Remember
No.
to subtract 2 of them, and then
4.
you downgrade 4 to bashing.
Yeah, that. What he said. Someone math that for me.
So you do the 4 bashing, and then you
Downgrade 4 to bashing, reduce 2 completely.
Yep.
I mean...
That's still
1,
9 lethal.
2, 3, 4. Alright, and then, yeah. We'll just call it... 1, 8. 1.
You have 1 health
I have
left.
1 health.
1 not
I
filled
am-
with ag, or 1...
One not filled with ag. I counted, made sure it was right, but I am absolutely bleeding out.
and going to die right as Bishop shows up.
Remember, you don't get wound penalties because of our tactic.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
I'm trying to look at the bright side.
Bishop, you see Fredrick grappled with 1 individual. You see Sasha on her knees, zip-tied. You see 6 individuals training guns. 3 of them are now training guns on Robert's bleeding out body, but it just looks like a body at this point.
Things are not looking that. Freddy's alive and Sasha is alive, and if he gets attention, he may be alive. So he's not dead. That's what I'm seeing here. Is that a fair estimate?
Kind of an optimistic way to look at it.
I'm trying to. I'm gonna
on the bright
try.
side.
I'm gonna try something that is. I thought we would end up being in this position. I'm going to try a merit called Peacemaker. I thought we would end up being in a position like this. I'm going to try to talk them down from executing everybody, basically.
Fredrick, what do you want to do with your exceptional success on your grapple?
It's what, control weapon, and then like use weapon.
So who are you using weapon on?
This fancy. What was we wearing? Like a suit or something? I don't
Yeah.
remember. I ain't good at it. I'm taking control of the weapon and hoping it's on. I'm gonna hold the trigger down, and if that don't work, I'm gonna keep pulling it back. And there's the penalties, whatever they are probably enough that whatever I'm doing is at a chance die. So
-1, I believe.
Minus 1, yeah.
-1 for untrained, but then I'm using the gun in a grapple.
That's what the grapple was part of. That's what determines that.
All right, so what do you want from me? -1.
Dexterity
untrained?
grapple, yep. Or dexterity firearms, -1.
What are the chances they have it on full auto?
It's a handgun.
Oh, damn. What are the
There are
chances?
full auto handguns.
Yeah, there are.
They don't have them.
That's more of a private, not a professional. Oh.
Want to make that a dramatic failure?
I already
You have-
almost
you have
killed Sasha.
steadfast.
You want me to shoot her too?
Wait.
You have steadfast. You can make
Steadfast.
it one success. Use
Yeah,
steadfast. Burn your steadfast.
Oh, but I
every
kind of
single
want a
steadfast.
dramatic fail, though. That'd be funnier.
Okay.
I get out.
I kind of want to
point.
shoot myself or something. For accident.
Steadfast or dramatic failure?
No, we're good as dead. The succeeding here don't matter. We're dramatic failing.
You fire completely off the mark. It hits the pane of glass, cracks it a little bit. Guy kind of looks up and shakes his head, so disappointed. Aims his hollow point bullet and begins to unload. Bishop, go ahead.
I am trying to use persuasion to stop them from killing using the peacemaker merit. It can hold down a werewolf from rage and whatnot, but I don't know if it's really useful here. There is no need to go any further. My teammates are down on the ground. You don't need to kill us to win. You already won. This is just fight. And the moment I connected with you, I felt you are the new god. I am just falling on my knees. It's all an act, of course, but I understand that you came. The scriptures we're talking about, maybe we got it wrong. I could be the first to accept. We could be wrong. You don't need to kill them.
Go ahead and give me your roll. However, since Freddy already shot, this is already going to happen. How does 6 lethal do you, Freddy?
I mean, I ain't dead. We're 2 away from being dead, but we ain't dead.
One success.
He after he shoots, he pulls down the weapon. He goes, both you and this woman here keep calling me a god. I'm not the god.
But you have God in you, don't you?
And
I've
it's
seen a glimpse of it.
at this point that you start to see the top of that missile bubble and ooze, and it starts to stretch out and connect itself to the glass. And that is where we are going to call critical measures. Hunter the Vigil. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Patreon. The next time you will see this series, it's in the Contagion Chronicle. The World Plague. Good night.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Hunter the Vigil, Critical Measures, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, why must those who hunt monsters hunt themselves?